Remember that, buddy. Fully insured.
Last minute preparations here in the final men's game of the day, in day one. HSBC Asian Sevens Series in Thailand. And it's Thailand to kick off, going right to left with the yellow shirts. Had a great victory against China earlier today. It'll give them a lot of confidence. And Hong Kong looked very composed as well against the Chinese, 36-0. Just did what they had to. As Alex McQueen goes back, busts it up near his 22, rolling away, or lack thereof, from the ties. So away goes Lee Jones.
A better start for Hong Kong compared to the game against China early on, so looking a lot more composed.
Well, Rimini's there too, which is good. He's gone into the base of the ruck and gets it out nicely to Leong. Well, that's a good run from Simon Leong. Here comes Shin, gets it to Rimini. That's a beautiful arcing pass to Hood, who really is a versatile player. Not just composed at first receive, but orchestrating things. He's out in the wide now with some speed. Talking of speed, there's Yu Kam Shing. There's a bit of pace as well. Good defence from Thailand. They're holding on though, getting stretched. There's Yu Kam Shing, who's trying to evade those tackles. Good defence, but the referee's maybe issuing a warning. No, he's going to yellow card one of the Thai players for not rolling away. And I suspect it might be Surachan. I suspect he got yellow carded for exactly the same thing in the first game.
Just what the start, what Hong Kong needed, and it just seemed a lot more direction what they had early on against China. But here we go. Here, Lee Jones has taken it through the gap.
He's looking strong. Oh, this could be an easy try for Vati. In fact, it's Rimini who goes over. All he had to do was wander through after that ruck. Some good strong running there from Lee Jones, who's thriving in the forward pack there. Normally a centre or a second five in the 15s realm. But he's certainly big, powerful and ugly enough to play in the forward pack, Dino.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of players out there. It's quite interesting when it comes to sevens. You actually eliminate a lot of your big forwards, and some of those big back inside centres actually can play prop. So that's probably a versatility with some of these sevens players.
Yep. So try to Rimini. You'll see here they've done all the hard work, the Hong Kong forwards, and Thailand in disarray and one man down. So first blood to Hong Kong in this clash that will decide Pool D. A minute. He thinks maybe a short kick here up to the 10-metre line. In fact, he's gone long. Thailand are equal, one a dip. It's bundled up nicely. It was a tough pass to pick up, but he's done well, the young Thai man. Oh, he's got some pace, this fella. I think it's Puang Pan. Well, the Thais turning it on for their home team, their home crowd. Oh, great defence there from Hood, though, shutting them down on Tamanang. Punyavi.
Oh, Jamie Hood penalised for.
Well, the Thais really getting urged on by their not 10 metres, so Thailand making the most of this chance here. Punyavi. Oh, makes a hash of the pass though. Oh, again. Hong Kong will look to counter quickly. Here's Hewson. Oh, again the Thai player coming over, losing his feet.
They've got numbers here.
Yeah. Oh, that's an intercept that needed to be made. Could have been knocked on purpose there by Punyavi.
No, knock on, got a scrum. Unlucky. Could have been down the other end of the paddock there.
Well, if we see a replay of that, did Punyavi really have a chance of catching that? It was almost like a knock on purpose there. He needed to do it to shut down the attack. If he hadn't got his hand to it, Hong Kong were away. So Surachai gets back on the field after his sin binning. Alex McQueen, one of the two McQueen brothers in the squad. Tom, we haven't seen in this game yet, but he deserves a rest. He got quite a few tries in the first game, 4 in fact. And here's Hewson showing the pace like a big racehorse from the Waikato. Nick Hewson goes in under the posts. It must have been after all that commentary he did with you earlier in the day, Dino.
Oh, they'd be happy with that bit of a run around, I'm sure. I'm looking at the pitch now, 40-odd metres overnight. By the time he gets back to Hong Kong, it's 65 with the chip kick in hand. So either way, it's a try, and it was a good team try. You know, it was good quick ball turnover, and Hong Kong down the other end with Benny to convert.
And in converted he does, Rimanet. Takes the score out to 12-0.
And this is, I'm sure, that Dai Rees and Alex Gibbs and management are looking for from this Hong Kong team. And you know, you want to finish a night and day one off on a good performance leading up into the knockout stages, of course, in day 2 tomorrow. Lovely short option kick there by Benny Remini with possession regained back there. 3 different options.
And they've got quite an interesting clash tomorrow too. If they go through and win this game, it'll be against Chinese Taipei. In fact, it'll be against Kazakhstan. So an interesting physical clash and prospect in the quarterfinal of the Cup.
I think what you can see within the selections of the Hong Kong side in this game here tonight now and the earlier game, where I think they're looking at giving the whole squad of 12 a good run out.
Well, we saw a lovely birthday celebration earlier in the day. This man, Sisayet, got a birthday cake and the whole crowd sang happy birthday to him. The man they call Ole, which apparently is a candy bar in Thailand. I was getting to the bottom of this, doing my investigative journalism bit for the day. So it's the birthday boy swathed in bandages. Here's Hewson, who's all of a sudden got a real hunger for tries, bursting onto the ball. Alex McQueen, who doesn't mind a try himself and will get one, going through the tackle of Sisayet there, birthday or not.
Yeah, it was an interesting, it was a free kick at the scrum time, but the referee Aaron Littlewood indicated to Thailand with the new call, the crouch bind and set, and the Thai player wouldn't bind at all. So interesting what the concept there from the home team.
Rimini, who's got one of his 3 kicks so far today. Successful with that one. So that's 19-0 at half-time. And you see here Sisayet, who just come onto the field, just couldn't cover Alex McQueen.
That was a lovely fend off too.
So that's Alex McQueen's first try of the day. Tom, his brother, got 4 earlier on. So a good day for the McQueens and a good half for Hong Kong. 19-0 at half-time over Thailand. So it'll be Ben Rimini to restart play for Hong Kong. They're 19 points up against Thailand. A good win in the air there for Rafe Morrison. The referees ruled it a knock-on off a Thai hand.
Yeah, it's great to see. I think you look at the Hong Kong squad now. You've got these young players like Rafe Morrison and Max Woodward and Josh Peters. You know, the next generation coming through, and it's a great opportunity to put them on to the big stage.
Well, Peters and Morrison certainly didn't let anyone down in KL. In fact, Morrison really stepped up to the plate as far as physicality goes for an 18, 19-year-old. So over the top there from Thailand. It's another chance for Hong Kong. Hood. Here's Yu Kam Shing, and suddenly there's the pace. Just stepping on the gas, and away goes the long jumper from Guangzhou for the opening try of the second half. And that will stamp out any thoughts that Thailand had of coming back. Boy, did he show some acceleration there.
Sure
Good to see.
did, yeah. it was pretty much everyone in that whole seven on the paddock done their job, right from the kickoff to regaining possession and draw passing. So it was a great effort. It's a shame because Thailand just never had any possession.
So some substitutes for Thailand. Jai Suti and Punyavi coming on. Sisayet coming off.
Rowan Varty's on for Lee Jones.
Oh, again, Thailand have mucked it up here with a knock on. So Hong Kong taking advantage of that situation there. Varty at the bottom of the ruck.
Max Woodward taking it up.
Oh, nice run from Woodward.
Is he going to go other way?
Well, that's good cover
Great
defence
effort
though from Thailand. Very good. But Hong Kong on the front foot, well and truly here. Just playing the numbers game. Not a good pass. In fact, must have been forward because Simon Leong denied the try. So we'll come back for the penalty. Little injury there, I think, to one of the Thai players. Will hold things up for a while. Not too well. So here's Peters, gives it to Rimini. Short ball, well read though from the Thai defence. Rimini again goes wide. Oh, Peters throws it straight into the arms of one of the Thai players. It's Kumquat, who's just down with an injury. Managed to recover quite quickly. Sirichai. Suti is in support. This is Chattanai. Sirichai. Oh, but Jaisuti there driven off the ball from Hong Kong. And that's a poor piece of play from Chattanai. And Simon Leong just goes through. Chattanai just seemed to give up there. And Simon Leong, the aging veteran, gets himself a try. Well done to Simon Leong. 32 years old now, which is right at the end of the scale for a Sevens player.
Oh well, I suppose if Simon can do what he just did there, I'm sure he'll be in the frame of selection in most matches, of course.
Yes. A good strong player who's fit and with plenty of pace as well, as Rimini looks at the work ahead of him. Gives it a good go too, and he's got it through the post. Well done, Rimini. Third conversion for the match. Well, as you say, finishing the end of day one with a good positive performance is on the team's agenda here, and that's what they've managed to do so far. Thailand, very competitive team, but they've managed to not only just keep a clean sheet against them, but put on quite a few tries. But that could be all over Red Rover as it falls into the arms of Lutamung, and he gives it the big dive at the end as well. So finally, a smile on the faces of the people from the land of the smiles. And none bigger than Nutanun from the old Vaji Lavut club. He got a try against China and caps it off with one against Hong Kong, and finally the crowd have got something to cheer about.
Absolutely. Benny Remedy decided to change direction and maybe happy to give Tom McQueen his 4th try for the day.
That's Punyavi who's taken over the kicking duties. Oh, what a lovely kick. Kumquat's got some competition, I think, in the kicking stakes. So just a couple of minutes left here in this game. Might have put the hex on Hong Kong, saying how well they played and kept a clean sheet, and all of a sudden the rugby gods decided to give some points to Thailand. Oh, Josh Peters losing it in the lights probably, and I think got an instruction from one of his teammates to let it go too, but he was 2 or 3 metres in field. So made the right decision to try and catch that ball. Morrison up against Tim Yop. He doesn't have much time on the field, Tim Yop. Prop here on the nearer side to us. Here's Tom McQueen. As you said, 4 tries already against China. Love another one. Scored 5 tries on the first day of the KL leg. Then went a bit quiet in day 2. Ended up with only 7. Which is a good season for you and me.
It is a good season.
Let alone 2 days work at a Sevens rugby tournament, international style.
Thailand are desperately to try and get something going here.
It's Team Yacht. That was a nice little scramble between the legs. Mutanun, the try scorer. Oh, that could be intercepted on for Hong Kong, but Thailand's kicked it through Punyavi. Peters is back. Does well to get to his feet. Awesome. Thai boxing style cheering going on from the crowd now. Simon Leung. Nice pass, but Alex McQueen can't hold it. So we'll play the knock on. In fact, that's the end of play and the end of the day's play for the men's competition. And Hong Kong have finished with a handsome victory over Thailand, the hosts. 33 points to 7. But do you think they'll be happy with that effort?
It's in patches. I mean, yeah, they had a great start and good continuity, good vision. But I think they just left the Thai team in the latter parts of the second half. So I'm sure they'll go back and revisit again, because I'm sure the games tomorrow is going to be a lot closer, and you can't afford to let teams in. And I think there's going to be something within about 5 points. I'm sure they are tomorrow.
So final score in Pool D: Hong Kong 33-7. They are the victors of Pool D.